patrick.mcginnis, NHPUK, just in southwest London by the Thames, and just been to a church, lovely church service, and just going to do a quick video about Nadhim Zahawi. Now, it's just been announced that he's been sacked by Rishi Sunak for irregularities around his tax affairs. Yeah, like £1 million apparently is not accounted for. Now, this Nadhim Zahawi got into our country as a refugee. He's now highly under investigation for like ripping the taxpayers off, ripping our country off. We've got Rishi Sunak, who's ripping our country off. He's an identity thief himself, and they're giving billions to Ukraine and not giving it to the British people. Now we've got Nadhim Zahawi, another person who's not British. He got into the country as a refugee, and you know, no doubt he was elevated up the ladder of the conservative Lib-Lab Con party, elevated up the ladder because he wasn't white. And you know, not only was he a refugee, we've had multiple refugees come into our country and killed, maimed, tried to do mass murder on us. You know, recently we've got this Afghan who killed a Royal Marine. He was given asylum. I'm quite close to Parsons Green train station. Another Afghan refugee tried to blow the train up, would have killed and maimed hundreds of people. We had the Reading attack when the refugee attacked the Reading Festival. Salman Abedi, who infamously blew up the Manchester Arena concert. You know, the list is endless. We had David Amis. David Amis was killed by somebody from a refugee family. You know, it's just unbelievable that nobody is speaking out about this and demanding that we leave the Refugee Convention and stop accepting refugees. It's just, it's never going to stop this. You know, NHPUK are the only party who openly says we need to stop accepting refugees for citizenship and housing. That is the issue. Everybody else keeps talking about illegals. That's a secondary issue. The root of the problem is we accept genuine refugees for citizenship and housing. Now, I'm also at a place where allegedly Jo Cox had a barge here she used to live on, and allegedly she was murdered because of this issue of our country being flooded with refugees, and it's out of control. I've just listed a lot of you know, the Liverpool maternity hospital. You know, how many more atrocities are we going to have until we secure the border and leave the United Nations 1951 Refugee Convention? You know, like I say, NHPUK is the only party who will openly speak the truth and speak of the root of the problem. The problem is we give them citizenship and housing. Now, nobody's saying refugees shouldn't be helped, yeah? But what should have happened before the 1951 Refugee Convention was created is you have refugee camps, and you put them in refugee camps, keep them safe, and in my opinion they should stay in the refugee camp. They are never to be given citizenship, and they're never to be given a council flat in front of our own people, right? So you put them in a refugee camp, and I would say up to 15 years. You know, if they're that worried about being killed or persecuted, they'd be happy to go in that refugee camp and be fed and sheltered, yeah? And up to 15 years, they you know, they have to go back when their country's safe. And if their country's still not safe after 15 years, then maybe we could have thought of another option, but we can't even do that now, make refugee camps, because it's out of control. The indigenous population of the UK are on course to become a minority, and because we accept refugees for citizenship and housing is one of the reasons this is happening. And not only that, you know, this is what's attracting them. This is the pull factor. They're going to be given a UK passport and a house, and that's attracting lots of fraudsters and basically attracting millions and millions of people. You know, so I'll say it again, there's lots of people who are taking the easy way out and keep calling them illegals at Dover. They're not getting in illegally, they're getting in with the laws we've got in this country, because we accept refugees for citizenship and housing. Now, until we are united in saying we don't want this to continue, i.e. giving refugee citizenship and housing, until we get united on this issue, we're not going to get anywhere. It's only the NHPUK verbally saying this on the internet. You know, if you agree with what I'm saying, and we don't want to sweep under the carpet what is really going on, and it's about accepting genuine refugees, that is the problem. You know, get on board with us and support us. Follow our Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channels, even join our party, or even better, stand in elections on this issue, because this ain't going anywhere, this issue. This is going to go on for years. Until we get a party with enough strength to stop it, it's going to keep going on. And by keep calling them illegals is just pushing the barge down the river, kicking the can down the road. And you know, there's a lot of people on the right who keep calling them illegals, and it's not helping. We need to face up to the fact and say the hard truth that we will not accept any more refugees for citizenship and housing. Illegal immigration is a secondary issue. Yes, so, you know, they should be detained and removed from the country, illegal immigrants. But there's 140,000 waiting for processing in hotels, and most of them do qualify under the law to be refugees. So all these people I mentioned who've done the atrocities, they were easily qualified as refugees. And this situation is going to get worse. Until people join the NHPUK and help us spread that message to the public and get people in positions of power to stop this, it's never going to change. So stop calling them illegals, tell them we want to stop accepting refugees for citizenship and housing. That is the problem, that's the root of it. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.